Okay, so number 1 is on the angle. What about number 3? It is exterior. So if it's inside the alligator mouth somewhere, then it's going to be interior. If it's anywhere on the outside, it's going to be that exterior. Okay, number 5. It says name the vertex. Which one is the vertex? H. Okay, so the vertex is going to be that connecting joint in between that like alligator mouth. Okay, so the vertex is H. Whoa. No. I'm gonna crash out. Okay, the vertex is H. And then it says name the sides. How many sides are there? There are 2. Okay, so we say HI for one side. And what is the other side? HG. You do need the arrow above it, so make sure that you have the arrow above it. And you do have to have capital letters. Okay, so
Right.
no lowercase letters. It needs to be capital letters. Okay, look at number something. 7. What is the vertex? B is going to be our vertex. What is one of the sides? BC
BA.
and BA. Okay, name each angle in 4 ways. How do you name an angle? What do you need to have for like the symbol? Remember? Yeah, the little alligator mouth. Okay, so we know it's 4 ways, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, and 4 alligator mouths. Okay, what is one of the ways that I can name the angle?
The one. The number.
Just the 1. Okay, so we can say 1. What else could I say?
Okay.
Just J. So the vertex. We can name it by just the vertex. IJK. KJI. Yep, so the J needs to be where? In the middle. Why the J? It's the vertex, okay? So the vertex always goes in the middle part, okay? So if you notice that the J is in the middle on both of those, it is supposed to be. You do need the alligator mouth on all 4s. That is absolutely necessary. So make sure that that's on there. Okay, 11, we're going to say angle 5, angle G, angle FGH, and HGF. Okay, so all of that 1 through 12 was reviewed from last Thursday, yes? Okay, so the next section on there, 13 through whatever, how many questions there is new stuff, okay? Although it's complicated and not complicated at the same time, okay? It's complicated because there are so many. Have you ever seen like somebody draw a picture and they're like, how many triangles are in that triangle, right? And you gotta like really look at and nitpick at it, okay? So what I can tell you is stay organized in your own mind, okay? For me, I'm gonna say, so it says name all the angles that have V as a vertex, okay? So we're still naming angles, but there's gonna be a heck of a lot more. So start with the vertex, that's 1. What is the next easiest one to name? 2. I would say 2 and 3. Okay. Now, I would start with, because there's three separate angles going on here, right? So there's this one, there's this one, and then there's this big one, okay? So, I would just start with one and work your way through, okay, to kind of keep track. So we're talking this one. So what are the two ways that I can name that one? KVL. And what's the other one? LVK. Okay, and then I could start naming the other small one. Okay, which is gonna be this one. What do we call that one? LVM. And then what? MVL. Okay, and then lastly, I can name that big one. KVM. And MVK. So, and yes, but so I don't want to tell you like, oh, there's this set amount, because this amount depends on how many you got going on here, right? I could just as easily take it and say, put a 4 here, okay? Some may have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So there's not a set amount, whereas the other way it kind of told you, hey, you're looking for 4. This way we could be looking for 10, we could be looking for 100, we could be looking for 3. I actually don't know, so that's what you need to do. So that's why I said be organized in your own mind, okay? So let's look at the next one. Look at 15. Okay, 15, we're gonna start off with, what's the most basic ones? V and 5, 6. Okay, and then let's start with this little one, okay? How do I name that guy? GVH and HVG. Okay, and then I can name that other guy. How do I name him? HBI and IVH. And then lastly, we're going to name that big one. How do you name that one? GVI and IVG. Okay, 17, we're going to say V, 5, 6. Okay, and then I can say one of these little ones, so MVL and LBM. Okay, for the other one, I could say KVL, and LBK. And then lastly, I've got KVM and MVK. Okay, and I know it's a lot of crap. You can do them side by side. You can write on the picture if you need to. Draw a line to separate it, whatever you got to do. Okay, 19, I got V, 1, 2. Okay, I'm gonna have FVG, FVG, and GVF. I'm gonna have HVG and GVH. And then for the big one, I'm gonna have FVH and HVF. Okay, 21, I'm gonna have V, 1, 2. JVK, JVK, and KVJ. KVL and LVK. Then I've got LVJ and JVL. Okay, flip to the back page, all of you. I know some of you guys are working. So listen carefully, because somebody's like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, you're going to cross off number 24, number 26, 27, and 28. Okay, I will do number 23, you will do number 25. So when you're going back through doing your problems, you're gonna have one of those, and I'm gonna do the other ones, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna do 23, you're gonna do 25. Everything else on your back page we cross off. Okay, so go to number 24. Okay, go to number 24. I know you're gonna be tempted to work on your sheet. Go to number 24.
Did you just tell us to cross off number 24?
Or 23, I'm sorry. Thank you. Go to number 23. Okay. If you're not on 23, you're wrong. Okay, so we can start off with the easy ones, yes? Okay, for sure. Okay, what is, and I would write small because you have a lot more on this one. Okay, so we start off with V, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now, just look up here for a second. You don't need to draw all this, but I'm gonna draw. Okay, we can do the angle like this, right? We can do this one. We can do this one. We can do that big one. Okay, but here's where you start getting like complex with these, is because you can do these two together. Okay, frontwards and backwards. And then you could also do this one with this one. Okay, so you've got a lot going on with that. Okay, and so that's what I was talking about, like pictures within pictures. Okay, so again, make it work for you in your own mind. Obviously, it's not going to be this like crazy drawn out with all these colors, and I'm going to help you. And you should have the same amount for the problem below it. So however many we get from this one, you should have that same amount from this on the next one that you do. Okay, so let's start off with this small one right here. How do we call that? Okay, we've got CVD or DVC. Okay, and then start working on the next angle. So angle 4, we'll call this one. How do I name that one? DVE, DVE, or EVD? Okay, and then the next one, how do I name that one? EVF and FVE. Okay, so far we've got the 3 little ones done. Okay, now we're gonna do the big large one. Okay, so what is the large one? CVF and FVC. Okay, so there was 3 smalls, right? Angle 3, 4, 5, right? 1 really big one, and now we have 2 medium ones. Okay, the 2 medium ones. Oops. So that's gonna look like right here. Okay. Here's one of the medium ones. It's combined with the 2. Okay, because it still counts. It still has V as a vertex. So how would you name that one? CVE, CVE, and EVC. So really that's like angle 3, 4. That's what's happening. Okay? And then there's one more. What is it? EVF is up here. DVF. So we did 3, 4 together. That's what this part is. This is 3 and 4. Okay, and you could do 4 and 5 really go together. 4 and 5. Okay, so DVF and FVD. Okay, this would be angle 4 and angle 5. Okay, you should have the same amount for 16 angles named on number 25. Okay, now they're not going to be the exact same letters, but you should have that same amount. Okay. You should have 16 in total, and that'll kind of help you out as far as what's happening, okay?